The signal is back. Transmitting coordinates. The signal is gone. It's back. It's right next to you.
I don't see anyone.
It's close, and it's moving toward our base.
It's underground.
Major Kowalski here. You better get back here. We need to prepare for possible attack. Bastards won't catch us with our pants down this time. Don't shoot. I'm headed to the main entrance.
Who are you?
My name is Strelok.
You're the stalker who disabled the Scorcher?
Yes, but my plan didn't work. I came here to speak with your commanders. I have information that will allow the army to take control of the zone and destroy it.
And the mission is starting.
Come, let's talk inside.
We've got a problem. Our choppers are crashing for reasons that we've not understood yet.
Until we work it out, there won't be any helicopter support. The only way to get to the borders of the zone is on foot.
The reasons are obvious. There are many anomalies in the air, especially in the center of the zone.
We had a map with the safe air corridor between anomalies, and the helicopters had emission protection systems.
That's odd. You're telling me you haven't noticed that anomalies move around after an emission. Some disappear, and new ones show up in different places, which makes your map of anomalies effectively useless.
So that's what it is.
What?
Emissions don't just follow one another. If you can scan the area and identify all the anomalies, the choppers will be able to collect us safely, provided they're dispatched right after an emission.
We must inform the HQ of this as soon as possible.
I'll contact my commanders right after the emission. Lieutenant, get him on the line as soon as you can.
did comms go down?
Because of the emission, it's impossible to establish comms during one.
Okay. Alright, listen up. Operation Fairway is being taken over by the USS. Is Major S.T.A.L.K.E.R there?
Yes.
Okay. He's in command from now on. Tell him to stay put, to be contacted by his superiors shortly.
Roger.
Major, do you read me?
Major S.T.A.L.K.E.R here. I read you.
Good. As of this moment, you are responsible for completing Operation Fairway. Kowalski and the Stingray squad will assist you. Report.
I've managed to acquire documents about experiments carried out in the zone. Furthermore, we've been contacted by a stalker who's been in the CNPP. His name is Strelok, and he's offered us his cooperation.
Roger. Accept his offer. You know what caused our helicopters to crash?
Yes, I have the data, and Strelok's information confirms it. The helicopters were hit by anomalies after their locations changed during the emission. The anomaly map issued to the pilots turned out to be useless.
Good. That means we have until the next emission. We'll be collected together with the stalker from position B28. Stingray squad will be evacuated with you. The birds are already in the air. Over and out.
You heard the news, fellas. When we go, stick together and keep the stalker alive. Any questions? Get ready to move. Major, can I have a word? Move out, squad. Would you look at that? The sons of bitches actually made it. You were right, Strelok.
Zombies!
Let's move to the right along the building. Double time.
Всех до единого! Фалиак, морозка! Получил! Фалика, браса! Получи, скотина! Я его прищучил! Прикрой, сейчас я этого гада сделаю! Ты приплыл!
About a dozen zombies in the building.
Move to the left and cover each other. going to know we're coming. We've got to move faster. Run!
More zombies up ahead.
Stingray, where are you?
We're on the way.
Our orders are to take off if we come under attack. Hurry the hell up!
Stay alert and follow orders. We're real close to the evacuation point. Let's move! There's no time. Check your weapons and fire at will. Fire at will. Go! Fire at will. Go!
Don't stop. Keep moving.
It's here.
Run!
Major DTIRF, we're taking heavy fire from an unidentified enemy. We cannot hold out for long.
Shit! It's monolith fighters. Fire at will and keep moving toward the choppers. Come on, boys. One last push.
Я рад. Тебе не скрыться здесь.
Получи, скотина! Ёб твою! На, жри гранату! Лови гранату, урод! Я тебя уделаю, слышишь? На тебе! Получи, скотина! Получи, скотина! Сечешь? Ты учти, я тебя скоро кончу! Ты у меня с дыркой в голове валяться будешь!
Major DUSK, if we're ready to go.
Get in that chopper. I hope it was worth it.
Я тебя сейчас на тот свет отправлю, сечешь?
As a reward for successfully completing his investigation, DUSK was offered a promotion to colonel and the position of mission coordinator. He declined the opportunity to work at the HQ and submitted a personal request to be sent to the zone as the USS Permanent Observer. The information about the development of psi devices obtained by DUSK alerted USS commanders. All the information gathered on X-designated laboratories was removed from military archives and filed as top secret. all personnel working in the zone were ordered to prevent the disclosure of information about the laboratories at any cost. Several experimental samples were made on the basis of technical documents for Item 62. Following a set of test trials, it was decided not to go ahead with large-scale deployment of the weapon due to the high cost of ammunition. Nonetheless, it would be reasonable to assume that further development of the Gauss rifle is ongoing. Skadovsk became home to any and all who could reach it. Fierce stalker resistance did not stop the bandits from making regular and ultimately unsuccessful attempts to establish their so-called order on the ship. Despite this ongoing struggle, the Skadovsk carried on its unique brand of life. Following the destruction of the Bloodsucker lair, it's unlikely that anything could significantly change the state of affairs on the Skadovsk. The old ship became a temporary center of stability in the ever-changing world that is the Zone. A fragile balance was reached between freedom and duty squads at Yanov Station. Tired of the endless struggle, fighters of both factions started leaving their squads and joining the Free Stalkers. Professors Herman and Ozersky were forced to cut short their scientific research in the Zone due to a lack of data. On returning to the outside world, the two scientists proceeded to engage in unrelated work. Gary's stories about the Army's fate scared stalkers away from Pripyat. The few who dared to venture into the city ran into inexplicable phenomena, which added further dark strokes to an already gloomy picture of the dead city. The legend of the Oasis stopped being a legend. The identity of those who managed to find a way to the secret anomaly became an increasingly regular topic of conversation among stalkers. Despite this, the number of adventurers trying to find it remained high, something the bandits were quick to take advantage of, with constant offers to lead stalkers to the Oasis, which usually ended in muggings at a safe distance from stalker camps. Organized mercenary squads continue to be active in the Zone. Their interest in the secret laboratories is becoming increasingly difficult for USS operatives to ignore. Attempts to establish the identity of the client who hired the mercenaries proved unsuccessful. The area around Yanov Station gained a reputation for being one of the most dangerous places in the Zone. Fewer and fewer stalkers make it back from raids, many dying at the hands of mutants within view of the camp. One of those missing is Trapper, who set out to track down a chimera on what appears to have been his last hunt. Rumors of Zulu's fate reached the leader of duty, General Veronin. Counter to most expectations, Veronin decided to posthumously award Zulu with the Silver Shield, duty's highest decoration. Stalkers at Yanov Station still think of Vano now and again, recording his lightheartedness and skills. While some aspects of his life are usually up for debate, one thing is clear. With his luck, looking for a road to Pripyat was a big mistake. Few noticed Strider's disappearance. His desire to work out a way of helping people who fall under the monolith's spell followed him to his grave. The list of casualties suffered in the course of Operation Fairway was amended with yet another name. Senior Lieutenant O.N. Sokolov died in the line of duty. A group of stalkers was forced to seek shelter on Noah's old barge during a particularly powerful emission. When the barge was attacked by a horde of snorks afterwards, stalkers were forced to concede that the barge was as good a defense against mutants as anything they'd seen. Even more astonishing was a litter of pseudo-dog puppies that Noah himself led into battle against the snorks. Having found out about his friend's fates, Carden gave up dreams of a stalker career. Having overcome his alcoholism, he moved to Yanov, where he partnered up with Nitro to set up a full-service repair shop. Both technicians gladly devote all their spare time to building a vehicle that could operate in the zone. Strelok passed on the information he obtained on his trip to the Chernobyl NPP to the USS commanders. This prompted the government to create a scientific institute for research of the Chernobyl anomalous area. Strelok took up the position of chief scientific consultant to the institute. Colonel Kowalski, commander of the Stingray Group, found his resting place not far from the majority of his squad. Their bodies were taken in by the zone, with nothing but old faded photographs left to remind the country of their sacrifice.
Взрывая мгновение через сотни лет, мы